Ellis driving baseline. What a dive!
Wickham, how sweet was that? Step back three,
Wow.
Taylor George. She's got a flamethrower at the moment.
Shelley with a big triple.
It was acrobatic, it was impressive, it was Steph Talbot.
Jade Melvin, the lefty lay-in. Capitals continue to roll. Perth have been unconscious from three. Alice Koenig connects.
She's pumped up, and so she should be. Hello and welcome to the Quaycentre for Sunday afternoon hoops, where Sydney takes on Adelaide with a huge opportunity up for grabs for these two sides to keep themselves in the hunt for a top 4 spot in the Signet WNBL competition. The Flames are backing up after a big loss to Townsville on Wednesday night, while the Lightning have come from the clouds in the past week, aiming for 3 wins in a row under new coach Scott Ninnis. Jess Webster with you alongside renowned women's basketball coach Laurie Chiswick. Laurie, we've got a cracking matchup on our hands this afternoon. So much for us to look forward to. Well, there is, and Jess, and both teams will want to get an early Christmas present and get a W on the board and go into that very mini break feeling very good about themselves.
Absolutely, these two sides. Sydney come into today with 4 wins and 5 losses to the name. Adelaide, 4 wins and 6 losses, so evenly matched. As we take a look at the WNBL ladder, and this is how tight it is. It has been a really competitive start to the season, and we know every win and every game is important, Laurie, but you feel like this one just carries a little bit extra importance as we head into the mid-season break.
Well, Jess, if you look at that ladder and you look at every win that each team has, it just is going to catapult them a little bit further up. And really, we know, we've talked about it, spot 3 to 8 is wide open, so every win is crucial.
So Sydney sitting in 4th position at the moment with 4 wins and 5 losses. They're hanging on to a top 4 spot, and they'll be looking to respond this afternoon after what was a disappointing performance against the Fire on Wednesday night. They lost by 25 points after getting on a little mini run and winning their 3 games prior to that. So it was a disappointing outing for them, but a bright spot was their import Celeste Taylor. She was great against the Fire.
Well, she was. 15 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. She was really assertive at both ends of the court. We know her as a very good defender, so it was good to see her be assertive at the offensive end as well. And you know, she had her hands in the passing lane. She was running the floor really hard. There she is, getting a nice block. So, as I said, both ends of the court.
Absolutely. The 23-year-old American import is starting to find her feet in this Flames lineup. And rounding out our commentary team this afternoon, courtside for us today is Nathan Strempel, and he caught up with the Flames coach Guy Malloy a little earlier.
Guy, 3 wins out of the last 4, making some progress with the young group.
Yeah, we had a bit of a setback on Wednesday night, got towed up pretty well, but prior to that point we've done okay, and hopefully we respond pretty well.
We mentioned the young group, but the experience of Talia Tupaya coming today makes a big difference.
Yeah, look, I mean, she's a quality player. When we lost Loz Nicholson, wanted to target Talia early, and she had to complete the season in New Zealand, which she's done. Hopefully she just fits right in, and I think just to have that veteran composure and leadership will make a big difference on the floor.
We look forward to watching you today. All the best.
Thanks, mate.
Flames today, Talia Tupaya making her return to the Flames. She debuted in 2012 as a 15-year-old, which was the 2nd youngest in WNBL history. So more on her in a moment, Laurie, but we want to focus on Shanice Swain, who, speaking about shining lights, is putting together an incredible season for the Flames. What do you like about the way that she goes about things?
Well, I like the way, the different ways in that she can score. She's got her range. She's got a great little pull-up jump shot. She can certainly put the ball to the floor and is very explosive with that. And so, you know, she's averaging 18.6 points. The only thing she needs to do is just take care of the ball.
So we'll see what performance she can put in this afternoon. Let's turn our attention to the Adelaide Lightning. As we've mentioned, they've won their last 2, aiming for 3 in a row in what is going to be new coach Scott Ninnis' 2nd game in charge. They beat the Southside Flyers by 10 points on Friday night. So they've got a bit of momentum behind them, Laurie, but they have a big out today.
Well, they do. Dean isn't suiting up today. She's reported that she's got a broken finger, which we don't know. That could take a little bit of while to heal, but she will certainly be missed
in that lineup by the Lightning.
Absolutely. So let's head into the Lightning camp because Nathan caught up with Scott Ninnis a little earlier.
Scott, congratulations, undefeated as a WNBL head coach.
I like the sound of that, but only one game, but I'll certainly take it. It was, yeah, I was really pleased with the result. Hard-fought win. Southside came at us a few times and obviously had a bit of revenge on their minds, but no, we stuck to the task. I was really happy.
No doubt if we talked about this a few weeks ago, you wouldn't have expected to be here, but you've got some amazing Australian talent to work with, a couple of Olympians, maybe a future one in Izzy Bourne, a great group to take control of.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the really attractive things about this team is there's talent. You know, wherever you look, there's good size, there's athleticism. Just need to try and bring it all together and start getting those consistent results.
Well, 2 in a row. All the best for today.
Thanks, mate.
So the Lightning aiming for 3 in a row this afternoon. And key to their victory on Friday night, Laurie, was Steph Talbot. We know the quality of player that she is, but her leadership was crucial in what Scott described as a really hard-fought win.
Well, you know, we know that Adelaide have had some big leads, have then lost in the end, and really that leadership in some of those games seemed to be lacking. But Steph Talbot, she just came to the party. 17 points, 10 rebounds. But it was just when she scored, how she scored, and 7 assists bringing her teammates in as well.
And one player in the Lightning lineup who's putting together a fantastic season is Bree Turner. Her presence in the paint is incredible. She leads the competition in rebounds, Laurie, but you were really impressed with her offensive game.
Well, leads in rebounds, but also leads in steals and second in blocks. So she really is, you know, a great defensive player. But as you mentioned, it was her 18 points against Southside that really stood out to me. She just finished so strongly around the basket. She'll need to do that again in today's game.
She's on screen, Bree Turner, has been incredible. And for the Flames, their starting 5 today is Taylor Swain, George, Tupaya and Morris. So Tupaya, Laurie, what a fantastic story this is, returning to the Flames after a number of years out. She's represented New Zealand as well. That's where she built a relationship with Guy Malloy. But she's starting today, and that's going to be really exciting.
Well, she is, and we still don't have any Michaela Roof. Emma Clark's back. She's not in the starters, but we should see her coming off the bench.
So the starting 5 for the Lightning: Talbot, Boulais, Andrews, Turner and Bourne. So no Japrice Dean for Adelaide today as we get this contest underway, and it will be the Lightning with first possession. As Bree Turner has been mentioned, has been fantastic so far this season, but an early turnover here from the Lightning as Sydney look to make them pay. It's a bit of a sloppy start to this one. A couple of turnovers to either side. Boulais takes it down the floor. Andrews kicks it out to Bourne for 3. Bounces off the rim, and that's going to be off Sydney, so it'll remain with Adelaide.
That was good ball movement by Adelaide. Pass to the wing, an inside look, then a strong kick out to the wide open shooter. Just wasn't able to nail the shot.
Looking forward to a great battle between these two sides, hoping to continue their claims for a top 4 spot. And that's broken up by Taylor, sends it out of play.
Well, last time these two teams met in round 4, Adelaide had the cookies for sure, 78-54, but Dean scored 20 points that game, and we know that she's absent today, so certainly some of her teammates need to step up.
So Andrews is into the starting 5 for the Lightning. That's the change today. Steph Talbot, so crucial to their win on Friday night, as she picks up where she left off.
That's a current Opal player, probably up against a potential Opals player.
So much talent out there between these two sides. Looking forward to a great contest today.
Wow, there you go. Welcome back to the league, Talia Tupaya.
Just like that. Converts the triple, and what a return it is for Talia Tupaya. Here she is defending Talbot, manages to find Boulais.
Really good, sorry, really good movement off the ball by Boulais.
Here is Tupaya. A return to the lead, just casually knocks down a triple. Beautiful teamwork, and it ends with Morris finding the finish.
Just a nice, easy, classic pick and roll to the basket, pass and finish by Morris.
Talbot takes on Morris. It's going to be a turnover.
I think travel was the call.
The Flames through Morris. Gives it off to George. Now to Paya. Back to George. Wide open for the three. Feet are set, but it bounces off the rim. Belays off to Andrews. To the starting five, and that's an offensive foul. To Paya, making her presence felt early.
She is right in the mix of things. And you have to say, you know, for her to be in the starting lineup after joining them probably just for less than a week, it shows that her, the strong, the high, the basketball IQ that she has.
And she is working away inside, out to George, into the corner for Swain. No good. Early 1-point lead to the Flames. Steph Talbot out to Borlase against Swain. A couple of young guns going at it there. Talbot sees her opportunity. Can't get it to go. Turner though, another rebound. Does it so well. That's been chopped off. Swain takes it down the floor. Oh, well done from Taylor to keep it alive. George gives it back to Taylor in the corner. Can't get it to go, but great hustle from Morris, although she's fumbled. Adelaide come up with it. Borlase. Entertaining start to this one. That's something special from Izzy Borlase.
Well, certainly it was. She made a really difficult move look very easily. How composed was she?
Borlase finds herself at the line for the three-point play. Can't complete it, and it's brought in by Morris off to Tupaya. Such an incredible story. Debuted back in 2012 as a 15-year-old, the second youngest debutant in WNBL history. Spent 7 years with the Flames, won a title. Spent some time away from the sport, had some injuries, and finds herself back at this level.
Shot's got to get up.
Good pressure from Adelaide. And it'll be Adelaide ball. Good start to this one, Laurie. Very
Well, great
entertaining.
defense there for the Lightning, really smothering, and you know, to get their first shot clock violation, they'll be happy with that.
Lightning by a point. Andrews to Turner. Looking for Talbot. Looking on to Paya. Oh, great job by Bourne to tap it back to Talbot. Bourne gets it back and finds the finish.
Good second effort by Adelaide, and good positioning of the body by Bourne, and then for Talbot to be able to find her.
She's another player who's taken her game to new heights this season.
Definitely.
Kayla George goes herself from long range. Fast transition from the Lightning. Bourne. Turner with the putback. No good.
That's something that the Lightning have really done this whole season, is been very good in transition, really looking to push the ball. But how about that finish by Swain?
Such a delightful play to watch. Close start to this one at the Quaycentre. Sunday afternoon hoops. Hope you're enjoying the coverage so far. Big opportunity on the line for these two sides. Ms. Borlase makes a move. She gets fouled. So no Japrice Dean for Adelaide this afternoon. Laurie, how do you think that changes things for them?
Well, I think, you know, they're going to have to, different people are perhaps going to handle that point guard position and bring the ball up. But they look to run constantly, Adelaide. So as soon as they get the rebound, if they've got their players filling the lanes and they can kick it ahead, you know, that's what they certainly want to do. But, you know, Dean does average almost 13 points a game. You know, she's got almost 4 assists a game, so she will be missed. But again, as I always say, when there's adversity, it presents opportunity.
Certainly does. Izzy Boulay is converting 2 from 2. She started promisingly. She's averaging the 15 points per game. Here's Tupaia in a return to the WNBL. That rattles in.
She's such a strong body, and that combined with her high IQ, she just uses it so well.
Andrews comes up short. Shanice Swain from long range. Can't get it to go. This game played at frenetic pace early. Lightning by a point. Talbot to Turner off the glass.
You could see Sydney try to switch that, but Turner did a good job of keeping her defender just on their back, and they were able to then take advantage of the mismatch.
All goes out of play to remain with Sydney. What do you think the Flames can learn from their loss against the Fire on Wednesday night, Laurie, when they were never kind of really in the contest and comprehensively beaten in the end by 25?
Well, I think when, you know, in the absence of Clark, in the absence of Michaela Ruth, there's some young players on the court, and they'll learn from it. I mean, Townsville's a very good team, but I think, you know, the long run is its consistency. But there we see another, oh, Steph Talbot will be upset about that, but you can see Adelaide just looking every intent to push the ball.
They lead by 3, with less than 4 to go in the opening quarter. Great battle so far. Swain to Dees, who converts her first points of the afternoon. Turner looking inside, but she's turned it over to Dees, racing down the floor.
What an exciting young player Dees is as well.
Off to Pittman. George, and now they slow things down. Shanice Swain. She manufacture into the corner for Dees. Pulls the trigger for 3. I haven't seen a lot of 3-pointers fall yet, Laurie.
No, neither team are prolific 3-point shooting team. They're in fact, they're both very similar, almost at around 32% they shoot the 3 ball.
Get a look at the replay here of the foul. Baseline ball for the Lightning.
Neither coach have called a timeout yet. They're just letting the players play, letting them make the decisions. Great execution of it out of bounds play.
Basham converts. Great free-flowing basketball, but still a bit of an arm wrestle. These two sides just feeling each other out at the moment.
Yes, I'd say, sorry, Jess, neither team has the ascendancy at all right now.
George for 2.
That's Kayla George's first points, and she needs to get involved. She needs to have the ball in her hands and do some things.
Great crowd in here at the Quaycentre this afternoon, enjoying what's been on display from these two sides at the moment. Talbot misses her opportunity. George for Swain, broken up by Boulays, but Swain good enough to recover, then goes herself, driving towards the rim, and gets the call.
Great decision by Swain that when she realized that her defender had lunged for the ball and that she had control, to attack the big player in Turner and just catch her off foot. But I mean, she made it look so easy. There we see Kayla George, nice little pull up from the elbow.
Now Amy replay there. Kayla George, just so fantastic to watch. Swain finds herself at the line. Incredible season, as we've mentioned. 1 from 2 on that occasion. Shanice Swain averaging 18.6 points per game. Scores a level, 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Pinot onto the floor for the Lightning. Here's Izzy Bourne, adding a couple more.
Adelaide are doing a good job of finding the mismatches and going inside, holding those deep seals and finishing strongly.
Swain looking for George. Gets it out into the corner for Taylor. And she gets fouled. So as Taylor finds herself at the line. Make sure you stay powered with Signet, Australia's favourite power bank brand. Keep your devices charged and never miss a moment. Visit signet.com to find your perfect power bank.
Picture of Scott Ninnis, new coach of Adelaide Lightning, looking on intently.
It was a very hard-fought win in his coaching debut on Friday night, beaten Southside by 10 points, which is also their second win over the Flyers this season as well, and they're looking to do the same here against the Flames, having beaten them earlier this season. As Basham for 3, it's no good. Great strength from Borlase to get the rebound, but can't find the finish. That's come off Sydney.
Well, Jess, as you mentioned, it's really important to get a head-to-head with the ladder being so tight. You just never know, that could really come into play at the final as to who's going to make that 4. What a great steal by Swain, and she is going to go coast to coast.
Oh, just couldn't get it to go in, but great work from Taylor to give it off to Pittman, who does find the finish.
Really good follow-up. Sometimes players, they see somebody on a breakaway and they think, oh, that's automatic, but a really good follow-up by Pittman.
Pinot. That'll be Sydney. It's Taylor. For the Flames on screen. Oh, great steal from Pinot, who makes them pay.
Well, Pinot comes in averaging 12 minutes a game, three points a game, but I think she plays some really valuable minutes out there.
Into the final minute here of an entertaining first quarter. Point the difference. Lightning with their noses in front. Shanice Swain, though, to hand Sydney the lead. Incredible.
That was car park distance, that one.
Things heating up here at the Quaycentre. Adelaide looking to respond through Pinot, can't do so. Taylor takes it down the floor. Has Borlase for company, gets around her, and the pass looking for George.
Wow.
Great work there from Kayla George.
That was a great pickup and finish by Kayla. And then to get icing on the cake, get back on defense, get that deflection, and now the ball is in her team's hands.
What a player. Just like that, Sydney are now opened up a little 4-point buffer here, close to quarter time. What can Shanice Swain do? Gives it off to Pittman into the corner for Taylor on the buzzer!
And don't the fans and team love that? A quick ball reversal and such a quick release to nail that before the end of the period.
What an end to the first quarter here at the Quaycentre. A great start to this contest between two teams looking to keep their top 4 chances alive on the quarter time buzzer.
Thanks for being with us here at the Quaycentre in Sydney. Sydney Flames 25 leading the Adelaide Lightning 18. The hot shooting the Flames to the perimeter, as has been the case for the last few weeks, getting them involved. Talia Tupaya, first game back in the WNBL, first bucket from the three-point line for the Flames. Celeste Taylor, Shanice Swain joining her, knocking down triples. Celeste Taylor doing it on the buzzer to give the Flames a 25-18 lead.
Thanks, Nathan, courtside for us this afternoon. A high-octane start to this contest at the Quaycentre, Sydney by 7 at quarter time as we get the second underway. Here's Tupaya, as we mentioned. In a return to the WNBL, casually knocked down a triple to get us underway today as George adds a couple more to her tally.
Really good job by Kayla George. Just backed down Izzy Bourne, caught the ball, did her little turnaround jumper. Very hard to defend like that.
Flames picking up where they left off at the tail end of that first quarter. They went on an 8-0 run heading into quarter time, and it's now 10 points to nothing. So Adelaide looking to just break things up a bit, but Bourne couldn't get it to go. Sydney with full momentum. Pittman. Taylor, who hit the three on the quarter time buzzer. George from the exact same position, just comes up short. Bolay's wearing the contact. Adelaide need a settler here. Who can provide it? It'll be Taylor, Talbot rather, who picks up the foul.
There are a few turnovers in that first half, and so I'll be interested to see if the teams that, you know, as you mentioned, frenetic first half, that for a while there was a lot of up and down for no reward, so they need to take care of the basketball.
Bolay's into the corner. That's an offensive foul. We might check in courtside to Nathan. Nathan, what did you find out at quarter time?
Thanks, Jess. Well, a fascinating watch today. The last time these two teams played earlier in the season, it was a 78-54 win to the Lightning and a hot start for the Lightning, 20-11. And it was the player Michaela Roof that kept the Flames in the game. Today, she's obviously out. So the Flames playing small, and throughout quarter time, Guy talking through how they want to guard those mismatches in the post, looking to be disruptive, sometimes to front, sometimes to play from behind, and to help be ready to go. And they've done a great job maintaining the fight on the glass. The Lightning, a few more offensive rebounds in that first quarter, but the Flames still staying in the fight despite playing small out there.
Thanks to Nathan, courtside for us this afternoon. The two sides make a couple of changes. Bourne having a rest. Sydney just got the energy at the moment, Laurie. And they have possession as well here.
Well, we can see Emma Clark on the court for her first minutes of the game.
George pulls the trigger for three, no good. Here is Clark making a return from injury, looking to get involved early, but Adelaide come up with it. Pinot to Talbot, and now Basham. Looking for Adelaide's first points of the second quarter, and she gets the job done.
Really good defense by Brancatisano, but even better offense.
Taylor with a few to beat, somehow finds a way.
Well, that was a classic rip. Catch the ball, rip below your knees, and just take it to the basket. Really strong finish by Taylor.
Sydney by 9 points in the corner. And that's no good from Borlays, but Basham wins it back. She also can't convert. Here is Brancatisano for the Flames. Gives it off to Taylor. George, swing it across the arc. Brancatisano looking for options. Beautiful pass to Clark. Her first attempt is no good. But great to see her back, playing for the Flames. Adelaide looking to settle here. Sydney by 9 points. Talbot, Borlays, wide open for three.
So that's an issue that Sydney have to really take care of right now. Offensive boards, another offensive rebound. Adelaide had 6-0 boards at quarter time and another couple so far this quarter, so they really need to try and get a body, make position, but just keep them off the glass.
this in his second game as head coach. The remainder of the season taking over from Nat Hurst. And another challenge on his hands. Southside threw everything at the Lightning on Friday night. They came away winners by 10 points and find themselves 9 points down here against Sydney Bullays. Again, another missed opportunity for the Lightning.
I'd have to say, Jess, that there's been a few sort of what you would call fairly easy wide open layups that have missed, the Lightning have missed, and really aren't putting any scoreboard pressure on Sydney right now.
Scoring's just dried up a little for the Lightning. They only scored 2 points so far this quarter. Here go the Flames through Taylor. Bounces off the rim. Andrews. Working on Brand Catazano. And gets the foul. No, it's going to be, and did she step out of play or?
No, she's hooked fouled around. They called it a hook on her player. As she was driving in, you could just see her left hand was just hooking the player. And it was just right in front of the referees. They didn't leave much choice to make that call.
Plenty of festive spirit in the crowd here this afternoon at the Quaycentre. Back underway in the second quarter, and Basham gets a much-needed bucket for the Lightning. 6.5 to go in the opening half. It's Tupea across to Clark and swinging around the perimeter. Flames well on top here. Clark knocks down a triple in her return to the lineup.
That'll feel good for Clark. Feeling that ball, looking at it go through the rim.
It's always a good confidence lifter, isn't it, when
Certainly
you can knock down a
is.
shot like that. Sydney on top by 10.
Izzy Borley, sorry, Brand Catazano just closed out a little bit too long. Center of gravity was high, and good decision to just punch it in and take it to the basket.
Great defense from Taylor to knock it out of play. They'll remain with Adelaide, who are feeling the pressure at the moment, Laurie.
Well, they are. They've just got to hold their poise, hold their nerve.
Borlays to get the buckets flowing here. The Lightning, can Borlays provide it? Again, good defense from Sydney. Pause another stop. Brand Catazano. Taylor. Borlays sends it out of play.
You could see the intent was there to swing the ball around the horn, find a great wide open shooter.
George for Clark. Works away inside and gets the foul call.
It's always a good sign when a player comes back from injury and they're prepared to drive it in and take that contact, as we just saw from Emma Clark.
A reminder to make sure you're following all of the live stats of today's game in the free WNBL app. You can also check out game highlights, team and play info, and plenty more. So make sure you download it from the App Store today. It really is a superb resource. Clark 1 from 2 at the free throw line. Fast transition from the Lightning comes unstuck. Just lost their mojo a little bit.
Well, that's exactly right, and they need to just, you don't want to let this game get away from them at all. 11 points right now. They just need to really lock in defensively. Adelaide are the best defensive team in the competition, allowing only a stingy 70 points per game, so they really need to bring that.
Tapaya for George. Tapaya gets it back. Shot clock ticking down. Taylor needs to make something happen. And she draws the contact. Get another look here. Look, Basham just infringing. Taylor up to 6 points this afternoon.
Sydney did, again, another good job of not panicking under the pressure, still executing, getting a good result at the end. Taylor, 70% foul shooter for the season so far.
0 from 2 on that occasion. 5 minutes to go in the second. 11 points the way of Sydney. It's an important couple of minutes coming up here for the Lightning to keep themselves in touch. That'll help. Andrews from long range.
They certainly needed that 3.
Shanice Swain. Under a bit of pressure. Tapaya into the corner for Taylor, pulls the trigger. Can't get it to go. It's an important stop for the Lightning. It takes some momentum into halftime. Great deflection from Clark rather. He'll be on the receiving end of it here and converts. Outstanding from Emma Clark.
That is just an effort thing by Emma Clark, just forcing herself to run the lanes, get herself to the rim, and a really nice pass and finish.
Turner gives it off to Andrews. Out to Basham.
Oh, that did everything but go in, Jess.
Absolutely. Andrews under pressure from Swain. Gives it off to Talbot. Quick pass inside to Bourne, but it's come unstuck again. Flames in control at the Quaycentre. They swing it around the arc. It ends up with Swain, who can't convert from the corner. Andrews takes it down the floor and go towards Bourne. Tough defense from Clark. She's infringed.
In this game, Jess, there's not one single player on either team that have dominated. It's really widespread, the scoring for both teams. Everybody's contributing. The defense is pretty good out there, and you know, it's relatively an even game when you look at the stat line.
Absolutely. There's 4 players on 6 points for the Flames. Taylor, Swain, George and Clark, and 2 for Adelaide Lightning and Borlase and Basham, and the key point scorers at the moment. And this timeout is brought to you by CTM Sports, calling all sports teams. Say goodbye to travel headaches and hello to CTM Sport. CTM are 100% committed to delivering excellence in their field. Leave the logistics to the travel experts so your athletes can focus on what they do best. Learn more at ctmsport.com.au. So Sydney by 10 points. We head to a timeout here late in the second quarter. It was 8 points of difference, or 7 points rather, at quarter time. Sydney went on an 8-0 run to end the first quarter, and they've maintained that momentum and control of this contest so far during the second quarter. So Lightning need to try and find something here. Head into half-time with a bit of momentum, and certainly not beyond them. 10 points can be eroded pretty quickly in modern basketball, Laurie.
Well, it certainly can, and now it's, you know, this is This is when Scott Ninnis has his work cut out for him as a new coach stepping into this competition and this new team. And you know, I'll be interested to hear what his words were at that timeout.
So as Izzy Bourne finds herself at the line, let's head courtside and check in with Nathan Strempel, who was lurking around the Adelaide huddle at that timeout.
Yes, Laurie, I'm just as interested as you, and Scott Ninnis known for having a great feel for the game, and he just said, trust me, you are right there. He's talking about missed layups that will start to go, and wants to continue to push the pace. He feels like the Lightning's fitness will show over the course of the game that they can continue to limit the Flames to one shot and then push the tempo. Here we go.
That's interesting insight too, because Adelaide only played 48 hours ago against Southside on Friday night, so let's see what fitness they have, because backing up and playing 2 games in 2 days is never easy. As Taylor picks up a foul. Foul going against Izzy Borlays.
I spoke to Guy Malloy earlier in the week, and you know, just asking him about their 3-point shooting, because their percentage isn't that high. But he said, you know, he's happy with the shots they take. Their offense is designed to spread the floor, pick and rolls, get the ball moving through hands, find the open shooter, and if they're open, then he wants them to shoot that.
It's important, isn't it, when you want to make sure that you're playing the way that you want to play, and eventually it'll go your way. That the shots will start to fall, but it's important just to keep
to the process, keep to what your team identity is, and if that is about, you know, spreading the floor, making the right decisions.
Pittman misses her shot. Sydney by 12. Adelaide.
Big mismatch inside.
Let's see if Turner can convert. She can.
She persevered there. She didn't want to go on her left, but found a way to score on her right side with that mismatch.
Oh, and down the other end, Taylor converts the triple. Every time the Lightning have come at Sydney, they have found a way to respond, and respond big. They extend their lead to 13 points as we head to another timeout here in the second. And this is our Amy replay. Wonderfully done.
Well, your defense goes under and you've got the confidence, and we just talked about that. Guy Malloy wants them to shoot that if they're open. Good recognition to take that shot.
So we mentioned a few minutes ago that the Lightning would not have wanted this margin to creep out any further, and it has. 13 points. Scott Innes firing out some messages to his troops. And Sydney led by 7 points at quarter time. Now have a handy buffer. As we mentioned earlier, plenty on the line for these two sides coming into tonight, both with 4 wins to their name on the ladder. It is a very tight contest so far.
Well, it is, and it's really important, the Lightning, in this last 2 minutes of this quarter, to either stem the margin a little bit, try and get it back to that 10-point, but certainly really focus on defense. Right now, 40 points for Sydney. You know, they're tracking to score sort of 90 points for the game. So Adelaide really need to lock in defensively and come up with some stops.
Back underway in the second quarter. Swain applying the defensive pressure on Andrews.
I like that extended pressure. You've got a less experienced point guard on the floor. See what they can handle when going up. But what a well-executed play for Steph Talbot. Such an easy finish.
Let's head courtside because Nathan has an update from the Flames timeout. Nathan.
Well, the Flames do a great job offensively picking apart the Lightning's on-ball coverage, but it was their defense that Guy Malloy wanted to focus on. He wasn't happy with the opportunities coming inside from Bree Turner out of the Lightning on-ball action, imploring the help defenders to be early getting to position to make sure there was no layups over the front of the rim.
Nathan, have you noticed a lot of switching defense out there for both teams, creating the mismatches there and trying to take advantage of them?
Yeah, well, in particular, I've noticed in the Flames switching, and it was Borlase that was able to exploit that by putting heat on the rim, but she subbed in briefly earlier in this quarter, picked up her third foul. With her out and Dean out as well, the Lightning now just looking a little bit disjointed offensively.
See another chance go begging at their offensive end. Sydney looking to put their foot down here in the final minute of the second quarter. Jaws, they swing it around to Swain, who's deadly. She just comes up short. Going all the way herself is Basham, and that rolls in.
Garnaloy won't be happy about that, especially if we just heard from Nathan that the focus was on defense. To almost go coast to coast there, a nice little finger roll.
Taylor into the corner for Pittman, and pulls the trigger for three. How about that?
I really like Pittman as a player. I think I like the way she plays defense. She's usually up and in her player, carrying a hand. Oh, it's nice to see her at the scoring end.
Bourne from long range, misses on the buzzer. An impressive second quarter from the Sydney Flames. They lead the Lightning at halftime, 43-29. That woman, Celeste Taylor, really finding her groove in that second quarter. She's up to 11 points, leading all comers for the Flames. Returner, Adelaide Lightning would love to see a little more from her in the second half. She remains on 4 points after scoring big against the Flyers on Friday night. This Flames outfit have come out with a point to prove after going down to Townsville by 25 points to kick off round 8 of the Signet WNBL on Wednesday night. Let's head courtside to Nathan Strempel. Nathan.
Talia Tapia, does it feel good to be home?
Yeah, it's good to be at home. Got 2 training belts under my way, so yeah, just happy to be out on the floor with the girls.
Look really comfortable too, obviously familiar with Guy's system. That first triple of the game must have felt good to go down.
Yeah, I think having Guy for Torfins really helped my decision coming here and being coached under him.
Awesome, and feeling good amongst the teammates. Good results so far with a nice lead at half-time.
Yeah, good results. I think we can get some more points on the board, and just defensive communication's lacking a little bit, so I need to pick that up for the second half.
Good to have you back in the WNBL. All the best for the second half.
Thank you.
Thanks to Nathan and Talia Tapia downstairs for us. Great to see you back in the WNBL. And at halftime, we've got an excellent contest on our hands. We'll break it all down for you after the break.
Can you think of anything you might want to buy your coach for Christmas?
Ooh, what would I buy Paul Gores for Christmas? Rye dog, Rye guy, a stress ball, or 700. He knows that I call him Mr. Stressed.
I almost would want to buy her an experience where, you know, those scary mazes where things come out and scare you, because I feel like that would terrify her.
Big golfer. Don't know if he's any good, but he likes to tell us he's a big golfer, so probably something golf related, maybe a glove or something.
Probably another pair of sneakers. He would love a pair of sneakers. Maybe I'd get him a custom whiteboard. He's got a pretty boring whiteboard at the moment, so it'd be cool to have something a bit more interesting on the board, because sometimes you don't understand his lines. Don't tell him I said that.
He loves his boats, so maybe something to do with water. Maybe like a restaurant voucher so he's not watching so much film, or get him out the house.
Anything golf related, or anything to do with like growing grass. He's a lawn guy, so lawn seed and golf clubs.
Well, I'm thinking more along the side of things of a facial massage voucher just to like get her stress levels down.
It's actually pretty easy to buy for old girls.
Some wonderful insight there from some of the stars of our competition. I'm not sure about Bet Cole going with the scare tactics as a Christmas present for her coach, but a wonderful contest unfolding here at the Quaycentre. Half-time of Sunday afternoon hoops, and it is Sydney Flames on top by 14 points. Jess Webster and Laurie Chiswick with you in commentary. Laurie, and this game started frenetic pace, an outstanding, entertaining first quarter, but it's Sydney who really took control in that second time.
Well, they did. I think they really made life difficult for Adelaide on the defensive end. They were full court pressure. They were in the passing lanes. Everything that Adelaide had to do, they had to really think about, and so I think they upped the intensity, and that's reflective in the scoreline of 43-29. And at the offensive end, they really used their mismatches well and read what the defenders were giving them, and whether they were going under screens, whether they, were not moving in rotation. But I thought Sydney did a really good job of recognizing what Adelaide was doing on defense.
And great to see Talia Tupaia as well into the action in her return to the WNBL and in her return to the Flames. Knocks down a triple to get us underway here this afternoon. What a great story, and so fabulous to see her back as we take a look at the halftime stats. And Laurie, I mean, both teams wanting to focus on their defense, but Adelaide, they're operating at 37% from field at the moment. They'll really need to lift in that area as well.
Well, that's right. Their top scorer is Basham, who's coming off the bench, so their starters really need to have a bit more input. 11% from the free throw line, 1 for 9. So, they need to balance that three-point shooting with maybe some more inside looks. They're renowned for pushing the ball a lot, and maybe as Nathan mentioned, or was it you that mentioned, they're coming off a game just a couple of nights ago, had to travel to Sydney, so maybe fatigue is playing somewhat of a factor.
Yeah, big second half to come for the Lightning, you would think. Shanice Swain, just having a look at some of her highlights. I mean, what an amazing season she's putting together, averaging the 18.6 points per game. Just 6 points to halftime, but it is a game that you mentioned earlier in the call, Laurie, where no team is really standing out at the moment. An even spread of contributors on both teams.
There is, and that's always difficult to guard. You go at halftime, and if somebody scored 15, 16 points, you say, okay, we need to really focus on this one player. But for this game, for both teams, it's been a pretty even spread of scores. Both coaches have used their benches and gotten players on, and have had contributions from players coming off the bench. So it'll be interesting to see if there's been any strategic halftime changes from the coaches.
These two sides looking to keep up the pressure on the top four with a win here this afternoon. A huge second half to come at the Quaycentre as we take you to the break. Let's check out the Dream Courts plays of the round from round 7.
Shelley, no one cutting towards the rack, then nearly falling a pin from nowhere. Good patience from Jazz Shelley.
Beautiful pass.
Munga went up with it and one. Yes, points are good. She'll go to the line for the extra.
Aggressive take by Nicole Bunga there.
Only seconds left in this first quarter. The bombing from half.
Oh!
And it's in. Does it count? Yes, it does. The half-court buzzer beater from Babongi.
That's the shot they make. I love it.
7 to work with. In by Froling.
Got to get a shot up.
Hand off. Conti lets it fly. Buries it. Geelong at the buzzer and Conti for the win. Wow. They've done it at the State Basketball Centre. What a moment.
Welcome back to the Quaycentre at halftime. It is the Sydney Flames leading the Adelaide Lightning by 14 points. A big second half to come for these two sides looking to keep in touch with the top four. And you may notice today the players from both teams have a purple band around the top of their singlet. This band is a powerful symbol of support for survivors of domestic violence. And this season, the WNBL, its clubs, athletes and the Players Association have united to raise awareness around this critical issue. Enough is enough. A life free from violence is possible, and when everyone plays a role, real change happens. Please learn how you can be a part of the solution by visiting Full Stop Australia. So the Flames by 14 points over the Lightning at halftime. Jess Webster and Laurie Chiswick with you in commentary. And courtside for us today is Nathan Strempel, who was working extremely hard at halftime, visiting both clubs. Nath, what were the key messages from both camps?
Well, Jess, you say working hard. I'm the lucky one who gets to be courtside here in this stadium. It's the most wonderful time of the year. WNBL games just about every game of the week, and an enormous crowd here for the Sydney Flames. There's signs, people in Christmas decorations, Christmas clothing outfits, Sydney Kings players sitting courtside, and the atmosphere is great. Now, it's the Flames with the lead at halftime. The stats really tell a story for the Flames. They talk about looking after the ball and rebounding. They are smaller without Michaela Roof out there. Rarely have they played Maya Morris and Kayla George together. So the rebound count, particularly the offensive rebounds for the Adelaide Lightning, have been a problem. So they want to work hard to look after that with their hustle. But their efforts to move the ball offensively have been great, and that's what the Lightning picked up on. The Lightning started off hard showing on the on-ball screens, then they went to switching from 1 to 4. The Flames doing a great job of reading the defence, moving the ball, and those open perimeter shots, picking the Lightning apart, and that is the key part of them leading now. But it's the Lightning turning the ball over more than the Flames. Whichever team looks after the ball more, gets stops, get a chance to get out and run.
Thanks so much to Nathan Strempel courtside for us this afternoon. We're underway in the third quarter, and immediately Brie Turner gets in on the action.
That's a great way to kick off the second half. It was almost like an alley-oop, but a good finish by Turner.
And they need a spark, don't they, Laurie? They need somebody to stand up in this third quarter, the Lightning, to get themselves back into this one as Tupaya makes a move. Can't get it to go. Fast transition on display, but great job by Shanice Swain to get a hand in there and break it up.
Well, because that was that trademark running. As Nathan mentioned, they want to get stops and then get out and run, and that's what Adelaide's known for.
We saw them execute that really well against the Flyers on Friday night, Laurie.
Well, they certainly did, and
here's Brie Turner giving it off this time to Borlase, but Morris with the block.
Well, if you compare that game when they played Southside, Adelaide had 26 assists and only 9 turnovers for the game. So, you know, they've had 13 already this game, and then the three-point shooting, you know, they shot the ball at 35% and now they're shooting at 11%. So a couple of areas which they can really fix up easily that will make a big difference.
Another great defensive effort from Morris. Sees the Flames come up with it. Here's Tupaya, pulls up for 2. Bounces off the rim. 10 points, the difference the way Sydney. Adelaide needs to find some momentum, and it's Izzy Borlase with the and one.
Well, she sat for a little while there with her 3 fouls, and so it's good to see her come back out aggressively, taking it to the rim.
6 points for Borlase in the opening half. That's got it fired up. Completes the three-point play. So Lightning have come out of the block strongly here in the third quarter. Cut the margin to 8. Tupaya finds herself fouled. Sydney by 14 points at halftime, by 7 at quarter time.
I think that's a good look for Sydney. Get the ball in Talia's hand and then let her make decisions off that high pick and roll. She's got that high IQ. She can score herself, or she can certainly facilitate.
Here's Kayla George, feet set for 3. It's no good. Talbot, fast transition broken up by Tupaya. They've read that well the last couple of occasions. The Sydney defense looking to capitalize at the other end. Swain, Turner breaks it up. Swain gets it back. Then decides to go herself for 3. Can't get it to go. Andrews to Talbot. Aggressive pass inside for Bourne, who also gets the and one. A couple of big plays from Borlase and Bourne in the last couple of moments.
Well, whatever Scott Ninnis said to his charges at halftime, it's certainly working, because good decision by Talbot to see Izzy Bourne had worked so hard to get position on Kayla Francis. A Kayla George, a deep catch and a nice finish.
This is your opportunity at the free throw line, but the Lightning have lifted. Born up to 6 points. And Borlase gets a hand in there, takes it. Oh, she just couldn't convert at the other end, did all the hard work.
I'm sure we'll see a timeout from Guy Malloy. He will not be happy with the start that his team has come out with in this third quarter.
And they led by 14 at halftime. They haven't scored yet. And Lightning have put on 9 points to nothing. Tapia can't finish. Borlase wants to go herself and make something happen for her side. But it's... And she gets the foul. So the foul's going against Shanice Swain. Borlase has come out in his third term, fired up.
Well, the whole Adelaide team have come out with a much more aggressive mindset. Just the fact that they're really working hard defensively and then pushing the ball. We didn't see that energy level in the second quarter, and it's there on display right now.
And as you called it, Laurie, we're heading to a timeout. The margin's cut to 3. Sydney 43, the Lightning 40. Welcome back to third quarter action at the Quaycentre. Izzy Borlase completing the three-point play, and the Adelaide Lightning have put on 12 unanswered points to start this third quarter as we head courtside to Nathan Stremper with an update from the Flames huddle at that last timeout.
Thanks, Jess. It was Guy acknowledging that what they were doing offensively was giving the Lightning the opportunity. Too many one and done, one pass shot, wanting them to move the ball. They've done better on that offense just there, but again, Adelaide getting the stop, able to push in transition.
And Borlase for 3 just comes up short. Adelaide have come out swinging in the third quarter. Margin is cut to 2 points. And they foul there on Clark. Sydney are now the ones looking to try and settle.
Wow, they are. I mean, at halftime they had 7 turnovers, and already they're looking a little bit shaky. For the season, they're the team that turns the ball over the most, almost at 20. So they just want to take care of the ball.
It's Taylor, that'll help. In fact, it was Pittman who knocked down the 3. It was Dees, in fact, who's actually come onto the floor for the Flames and making an impact. And that'll certainly help things as Bourne looking to respond. She gets fouled. Look at the replay of that last triple. Bourne at the line. Oh, 0 from 2.
Yeah, you don't, this game could come down to the wire. We know how important foul shots are.
Bit of contact out there at the moment. Sydney by 5. Kayla George. Can't get it to go, but great rebound from Dees, although denied by Turner. Adelaide want to race down the other end. Andrews working the baseline into the corner for Talbot. She's also offline. Clark with the rebound. Taylor calling the shots. Gets around Talbot, then pulls up for two. Again, can't get it to go. It's going to be an Adelaide possession. Turner on the screen there, 6 points and 7 rebounds for her so far this afternoon. So let's Taylor, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. She's been one of Sydney's best so far. Lightning came out swinging in this third quarter. They got to within 2, but Sydney now just have a handy buffer of 5 points.
You can see that Brooke Basham's come onto the court, assuming the point guard responsibilities.
As Dees the company gives it off to Borlase, who's lifted in this third, adds a couple more to her tally.
Really good decision by Borlase. Her player was locking and trailing, so she knew she just had her on that back shoulder, and really strong finish.
Dees in the corner, under pressure. Vaughan gets it away to George, who goes back to Dees, and one! Great stuff from Bonnie Dees.
That was a great pass from Kayla, just the right angle. You could just see on that, just a nice little pocket bounce pass in there.
To work hard for that, was under pressure. They cut aggressively.
Well, we talked about the Sydney really ramping up their defense in the second quarter. Certainly Adelaide had come out with a new level of energy at the defensive end.
Right young talent is Bonnie Dees, a 21-year-old Victorian, finding herself in Sydney this season as we check in courtside to Nathan Strempel.
Big triple there, Izzy Bourne. Prior to that, it was Izzy Borlase with 8 of the Lightning's 12 points this quarter. We saw her sitting with 3 fouls during the second. So, Laurie, question for you. Is it a case as we see Celeste Taylor going at Borlase with her on those 3 fouls? Do the Flames look to get her involved in actions defensively?
Well, I think that would be a really good call because she's having such an influence on the game right now. See if you can get her in, you know, some early foul trouble in that third quarter to force her to sit again, because she's been the difference in this quarter and was probably the difference in the second quarter as well, having her absence.
Up to 14 points now is Borlase. Bree Turner finds herself at the charity stripe. Operating at 40% from the free throw line and 0 from 2 there from Turner. Adelaide just not taking their opportunities at the charity stripe so far this afternoon.
Well, they're 4 from 12. It's just not enough.
Dees with a reverse to Paya, to George in the corner, wide open every day of the week.
She had that cheeky little look, smart look at her feet. Where were they? A long 2 or a 3? Opted to the 3, the right answer. Good return basket by Brianna Turner.
Things tightening up here in the third. Less than 4 to play. And it is the Flames by 4. Tupai for George. Tupai will get it back. Shot clock ticking down to 5. Tupai from long range!
And that is exactly what Tupai can do. She talked about her IQ and facilitating. She is a great three-point shooter.
What a return it has been. Not done yet. Adelaide can't respond at the other end. Good defense from the Flames. But there's been an infringement.
It's just a bit of blood rule or blood that Kayla George has on her elbow. They need to really, I don't know whether she'll be subbed out or just taped up as quickly as possible.
Just getting some running repairs as Celeste Taylor has a break. 11 points for her. in the first half, yet to hit the scoreboard here in the third, but that's 6 rebounds and 4 assists as well, alongside her name. You mentioned Bourlaise has lifted for the Lightning up to 14 points, 5 rebounds as well. Margin sits at 7. Flames with possession to Paya. Into the corner for Clark. Gets around Bourlaise, but is denied by Turner.
Oh, such a great little shot fake by Clark. Got her defender right up in the air. Should have probably just pulled up right at the edge of the key.
Bree Turner, fabulous player she is. 8 points, 8 rebounds tonight, 4 blocks, 3 steals.
Maybe we can get Nathan to find out about Kayla George, whether it's just a little cut, a minor cut, that she'll be back on court shortly.
So heading to a timeout here in the third. Sydney 55, Lightning 48. And this timeout is brought to you by Ford. Ford dealers are all about supporting the game here in Australia. From Ford Aussie Hoops to the WNBL, they've been backing Aussie sports and communities for nearly 100 years. So when you're ready to hit the court, your local Ford dealer is here to help you get to the game. So an interesting third quarter, Laurie. The Lightning came out with an absolute bang. They put on a run of 12 unanswered points, cut the margin to 2. And Sydney have somewhat steadied the ship, but still plenty for these two sides to work on at the moment.
Well, I think that, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Guy Malloy's message is still to keep running, because sometimes it may not pay dividends the first, second, third quarter, but remembering Adelaide have come off a pretty tight turnaround, that if they can keep running, maybe fatigue will play a factor in that. But certainly Adelaide, to their credit, ramped up the defense and has made a certain impact on the scoreline.
To see the festive spirit in full swing at the Quaycentre, enjoying the action this afternoon. Great crowd in the house today, enjoying some Signet WNBL hoops and enjoying what their home side is producing at the moment. They lead by 7 over Adelaide after coming off a 25-point loss against Townsville on Wednesday night. The Flames looking to come out today and make a bit of a statement against this Lightning side, looking for 3 in a row and having only played just 48 hours ago against Southside on what was a really gritty 10-point win for them.
Wonder if we could encourage Nathan on the sideline to get a Santa hat on. I think that would be a good look.
I was thinking the exact same thing, Laurie. So we might head courtside to Nathan now. Nathan, we've laid down a challenge to you. You need to find a Santa hat by the end of the match. But what did you find out at that last timeout?
Got no objections to a Santa hat, even though it's high 30 degrees here today, but I still get cold with nothing on the top of the head. So Santa hat would be lovely to keep warm. First on Kayla George, slight delay in the game here. They're just cleaning up blood off the court. Just a minor cut on her elbow. They've taped that up. She'll be back in once action resumes. Went to Adelaide for the timeout, and Ninnis imploring the team to maintain their effort on the glass. Adelaide dominating the rebounding for the majority of the game, but we just saw a slight lapse there with the Flames able to bring it back. Game within 3, they come up with an offensive rebound at Kayla George 3, followed by the Tupaya triple, stretch it back out. So Ninnis imploring them to maintain the effort on the glass, and again, they rebound and want to push the tempo. Both teams wanting to play fast. What was great to see with Adelaide, Scott Ninnis only less than a week in the role, still trusting his assistant coach Matthew Clark, who we saw take the reins last game, to run the offense. So Matthew Clark, known for being pretty sharp when it comes to out of timeout plays, watching the Lightning to execute with his first offense coming out of the timeout.
As far as you can tell, Nathan, does Adelaide look like they're fatiguing at all, or still have lots of energy?
Laurie, I think it was a long time ago when you and I were actually in our playing days, but 48 hours is a long time. You'd rather play. If you're not playing, you'd be training 48 hours later. So I think they're happy to be out there. No signs from mine in terms of body language and fatigue, and as a group, they're still wanting to push the tempo and run. I think the challenge is you don't have your starting point guard. So if it is Bourlaise in foul trouble sitting out, she's been crucial for them looking settled out there. So hopefully she can stay on the floor and stay out of foul trouble.
Thanks so much, Nate. This play's back underway here in the third quarter. Caprice Dean, the big out for Adelaide today. Borlase pulls the trigger for 3. Turner, the O board, and pops it in. Great stuff.
That was a big board. 2 big bodies in Kayla George and Turner going after that rebound. You can see that denial again.
Flames by 5. Clark swings it across to Pittman. Back out onto the floor. She's lost it. Taps it back though to Clark from long range for 3. Bang!
Emma Clark is doing a great job of her first game back after missing a few, just coming up with some crucial baskets at crucial times.
Back out to an 8-point lead. Flames have done well to arrest this momentum that Adelaide have created in the third. They closed to within 2 points after trailing by 14 at half-time, but Flames have managed to steady.
Scoring slowed down a little bit for both teams.
So as Basham finds herself at the line, chance to thank Latina Fresh for a quick and easy weeknight dinner that the whole family will enjoy. Pick up a family pack of Latina Fresh pasta and sauce. Ready in minutes and so delicious there won't be any complaints at the dinner table. Find Latina Fresh in a chilled pasta aisle near you.
And Malloy just having a quiet chat with the referee.
1 from 2 at the line for Basham. Hasn't been their night at the free throw line. Adelaide 33% conversion. Tapia makes a move. Where's the contact and converts for 2. Borlase to Andrews. Back to Borlase. Can she manufacture? Kayla George defending. Borlase. It's no good on the 3 attempt.
That was really good footwork by Kayla George to defend that perimeter player.
The master and the apprentice. Here is Kayla George. Off to Clark. Get it back. Swings it out for Tapia in a return game. She's been feeling it from that range, but Turner drawing the contact inside the paint. Let's take another look. This is Tapia's last effort.
This is
in
the
fact,
desperation.
Spent 8 years with the Flames after debuting in 2012, won a title, spent some time away to the game, he's had injuries, played basketball in New Zealand, and a welcome return to the club here this afternoon. Great to see her back in the competition as well.
And she actually plays for the New Zealand national team, of which Guy Malloy coached, and that's why we saw in that very early interview with her before the game that was made it an easy decision to come and play for him at Sydney.
Flames by 8 points into the final minute of the third here. Adelaide have laid down the challenge, but Sydney have responded. Can they extend their margin before the 3/4 time break? It's just come unstuck, and it will be an Adelaide ball. Basham takes it down the floor. Great defense from Dees, although she's fouled. And the home crowd aren't happy with that. Just watching her like a hawk, made her move, just did it illegally.
It almost could have gone the other way. Oh, it did.
I think it has.
Well, that's good because it looked like there was a grab there. So 18-year-old Dees, good job for persevering and getting that steal.
Great job. Wins the ball back for her side. Swain. Over to Pittman, just fumbled.
You look at it right now, Sydney have an 18-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 21-year-old on the court all together playing. It's a young group at some stages.
Currently lead by 8.
Andrews. Out to Talbot. Now they go inside to Pinot. Needs to put a shot up. It just falls short. Taylor George. Ever reliable. Tupaya throws a shot up. She gets fouled.
That's a smart veteran play by Tupaya. Knew the clock was ticking down, knew she had to get a shot up. Finds herself at the foul line now with 3.4 seconds left on the game clock.
$10 points and a return this afternoon. First time at the line. She makes the first. Make it 2 from 2. She has just picked up where she's left off in the WNBL competition. Shot on the buzzer is no good from Adelaide. So we head into three-quarter time with Sydney leading by 10 points over the Adelaide Lightning, 62-52. Welcome back to the Quaycentre at three-quarter time. It is the Sydney Flames leading the Adelaide Lightning by 10 points in a quarter that saw plenty of momentum shifts. Adelaide came out from halftime with some focus and determination in their eye. They got to within 2 points. Izzy Borlée is really lifting, but the Flames settled to take a handy buffer into the last break. Jess Webster and Laurie Chiswick with you in commentary. Laurie, it was impressive for the Flames just to steady the ship when Adelaide came for them, and we're setting ourselves up for a fantastic last quarter.
Absolutely, and it was really on the back of Borlae's Adelaide's comeback. She scored 8 points in that one quarter, but credit to Sydney for steadying, getting themselves back on track, and really though Adelaide won that quarter by 4 points.
Can they carry on with it as we get the last quarter underway? Will Sydney keep them at arm's length, or can Adelaide make a comeback here? They're swinging around the arc. Swain rather in the corner. Can't get it to go.
Even though that was a missed shot, I liked the ball movement, the reversal from Sydney, making the defense shift.
Let's check in courtside to Nathan Strempel. Nath, what were the key messages at three-quarter time from both sides?
Really similar throughout the game, thanks, Jess. It's sort of the final, I got the Flames at the end, the final message from Guy. Let's get on the glass. Again, that big discrepancy in offensive rebound. Lightning with 12 to the Flames 4. And then for the Lightning, it's the same message from Ninnis. He says, we're in this game. If we can lock in defensively, he feels like that third quarter gave them a look at how quickly the game can turn. A little demoralising, though, to only win the quarter by 2 in the end.
Thanks for that, Nate. Andrews pulls the trigger in the corner, and that'll help Adelaide's campaign here in the last. It's interesting, the messages lower at three-quarter time, because you feel like both these teams have an extra level to go to. They're not playing at their best at the moment.
Well, you can see when the momentum goes one way or the other, you can see how well those teams are playing, but it's a matter of consistency, playing with that sort of intensity. You see Kayla George just called for a travel there. She's a bit bemused by that. But as I was saying, it's when teams have momentum, both of them, they've looked really good, but the consistency hasn't been there. Oh, that wasn't Kayla George a travel. I'm not sure what that call was. Apologize to our viewers.
Dees misses her opportunity. Talbot for the Lightning. Oh, Dees though. She's fouled.
Well, Adelaide are doing a good job on that switch. An experienced player like Steph Talbot really does a good job of keeping that defender on her back. And Dees tried to get around, was trying to get her hand to get a deflection, but was called for the foul.
Talbot gets things back underway, gives it to Turner against George, and finds a way through, but
stepped out of bounds on the way to the basket.
The move looked good.
It move looked good if it wasn't just for that baseline.
Getting in the way. See how close it was. Oh, it would have been millimeters. Can't quite see from that angle, but
referees are right there, right on top of those calls.
Certainly backing in. 7 points the difference here the way of the Flames.
The way that Adelaide are playing up in the lane, Sydney have to be really conscious of making good, strong leads to catch the ball, holding their defenders out.
George, the pass looking back for Dees, just didn't quite come off. Boulays, she lifted in the third quarter and has lifted again in the last.
Deja vu, that's exactly what we saw her do at that first part of the third quarter. Just be really aggressive, use her strength, use her physicality to get to the basket and finish.
Doing her best to inspire her side is Izzy Boulays, leading point scorer this afternoon with 14. Wobbles in and Adelaide remain alive.
Certainly do. 4-point game at this stage, anybody's game.
Let's head courtside to Nathan Strempel. Nath, what are you noticing there?
You heard on that last free throw for Boulays some booing from the crowd. The crowd, and in particular head coach Guy Malloy, getting frustrated with the referee, wanted a travel call on that one. Guy's now been warned twice by the referees, so we'll watch whether he takes a deep breath or whether continues on with the conversation. The Lightning, though, switching up there. You see off the free throw, going into some full court pressure back to his own.
Everyone's feeling the pressure out there at the moment. Thanks, Nate.
It's a really good point right now that it's really both teams can't be affected by the referees calling. You just have to get on with it.
Some miscommunication there on the rebound, and Adelaide turn it over, so chance for the Flames to make him pay as Pittman gives it off to George. She had a fumble. Talbot now with an opportunity. Goes herself. Wonderful from Steph Talbot. They're starting to make their move, the Lightning. 2 points the difference. Flames looking to respond through Swain. Can't do so. Turner with a big rebound. The fast transition hasn't quite come off all night for Adelaide. Pittman breaks it up and did well.
Pittman, great job on that D-trans or that fast break defense to just get down the floor and get a hand on that.
Do you want to see them continue to take the game on like that, Laurie?
I think Adelaide have to. That is their style, that they don't look fatigued at all. That kick ahead, that fast, you know, put the pressure on Sydney straight away, nice and early.
Well, done just that. They've again cut the margin back to 2 points. They did a similar run to start the third. But Sydney found an answer. So can they do the same here? George for Tupaia, off the glass for 2 more.
I think that's who you need the ball in the hands of most right now, is maybe some two-man action between Tupaia and Kayla George.
And in her return to the Flames in the WNBL, Tupaia is the leading point scorer for Sydney at the moment. Back out to a 4-point lead. Adelaide continue to press through Bourne.
Izzy Bourne, I really like the way she plays. She is very steady in what she does. She's got her game face on. She's really influential under the basket.
She's really stepped things up this season. Put together a great campaign. Kayla George, ooh, rattled out in the last moment, and that'll remain with Sydney. Off the hands of Talbot.
As the clock winds down, every basket, every shot becomes so important. You can just see the sort of tension rising on the court.
Spare a thought for Scott Ninnis as well, the new Adelaide Lightning coach. A couple of thrillers in his first 2 games in charge. They beat Southside by 10 points on Friday night. They've got a battle on their hands again today against the Flames. 2 points the margin, 6 minutes to play in the last. Hope you're enjoying the action. Sunday afternoon hoops.
Well, Adelaide have to be really careful now. One more foul and they go to the line every time, the Sydney Flames. There's 6 minutes left, and so that should be a strategy for Sydney. Try and put the ball to the floor, try and create some more fouls as we see Emma Clark. There you go.
Right on cue, Laurie. Clark will head to the line for a couple of shots.
And that'll be a good strategy for Sydney to try and get themselves to the foul line. They shoot the foul shots at 78% normally, so if they can get themselves to the line, that's a good way to find a scoring option for them.
And they'll be so pleased with the return of Emma Clark too to this lineup. And a return from injury. 1 from 2 there, but it's 10 points for the afternoon. What can Adelaide produce here? Boulays, oh, great defensive effort from Kayla George. How often do we see that?
Well, just a good Noah recognizing on the ball reversal and good ball movement, player movement. Sydney, they'll be happy with that basket.
Taylor with the finish. She's up to 13 points. Adelaide down the other end, get fouled. Things are heating up at the Quaycentre.
That's Tupaia's 3rd foul.
This is our Amy replay. Great teamwork from the Flames.
Well, that was really good from Taylor just to move on dribble penetration.
Takes a deep breath, does Izzy Boulays, knows how important every point is. She nails 2 from 2, takes her tally to 19 points, 5 rebounds as well for her this afternoon. She's keeping her team in this one. It's come off the foot of Turner. She again produces another double-double. She's at 11 points and 11 rebounds today.
Interesting at the end of the season to see who does produce the most double-doubles, and I think she would certainly be in contention.
Nars Hillman as well up there.
Yep.
Who else, Laurie?
Yep.
Here's Taylor. George to Paya.
Kayla George has played the whole game so far.
It's an incredible effort. Taylor for 2. And the call will be Adelaide possession. That's a big stop for them.
Well, they have a chance to tie this ball game up right now.
Bourne gives it off to Steph Talbot. Looking for options to Basham. Now to Bourne. Bourne with a lovely move and finish. That was superb.
Such poise and finesse by Izzy Bourne.
One-point margin. Taylor makes a move. She kicks it out to George. And it's a foul against Adelaide. So they did all the hard work to create a stop there. And now I've given away a foul.
But
it's going to go against Bourne.
Because it's an offensive foul, there's not foul shots involved.
That's
even
crucial
though they're over
in
the
these
line.
last few minutes. Let's get another look here. Yes, it's going against Izzy Bourne. So they got that rebound.
Oh, I guess they've deemed that they didn't have possession yet.
Yeah. So as Taylor finds herself at the line, a chance to thank Foot Locker, who is celebrating 50 years of sneakers. And you can celebrate their 50 years in the current hoop season by grabbing the latest kicks and apparel at your nearest Foot Locker, the official major partner of the WNBL. 2 from Taylor. That was clutch. 4.5 to go in the fourth here. Let's take courtside to Nathan Strempel for an update.
Well, the ramifications of that foul for Izzy Bourne being her fifth. She's the most vocal leader of the Lightning. Steph Talbot's the captain, but very much someone who loves to lead by action. Bourne's the voice. Watch her to stay vocal on the bench, but not have her on the floor. Will it hurt the Lightning in the next 4 minutes?
That's a real loss having her with those 5 fouls, because she's been, as you said, influential at both ends. Her talking on defense, but her finishing on offense inside when there's a mismatch.
Scores a level here. Kayla George tries to feed Pittman, who misses. Is the momentum shifting? Can Adelaide keep pressing here? Will the Flames come up with a response? Turner! Brilliant!
The timing of that pass, the athleticism of Turner on full display there with that little alley-oop and finish.
They've hit the front, the Adelaide Lightning, for the first time since the opening points of the opening quarter. And we're heading to a timeout here in the last. Let's take another look on replay. Stunning work from Turner and the Lightning. Let's head into the huddles at this timeout.
Flash 4. So after we cook it, come to here. I want to cook it with Taylor. And then Emma, you're going to be the 5. So when we come back to here, you're going to go to Emma. Taylor's going to roll. If we can't do that, stay decent. Don't pass it now. Use your 24 seconds. Open everything in the game. Got your shot. Take your shot. Let me go.
Wonderful access there from both the Flames and the Lightning. Stay aggressive was the message from Scott Ninnis there in the Lightning lineup. Well, we've got a big couple of minutes, Laurie.
And it's so important. He used the words, don't go passive. So don't sort of go into a shell. Don't get a lead and then play not to lose. You're playing to win. You're playing to go at it hard. Don't be passive.
3 minutes and 40 on the clock here in the last. The Lightning by 2 points after Sydney have led for pretty much the entire match. Back underway. Taylor for Tapia. Shares it with Clark. They go to George. Out to Taylor. Oh, and that's a big defensive effort from Adelaide. A chance for us to check in courtside with Nathan Strempel. Nath, what do you got for us?
I was in with the Flames there, Jess. Similar message for them. Guy said now is not the time to go and second guess yourself. He addressed the Lightning had gone to that 1-2-2 full court press back in the zone. He addressed how to break that. and then looked at what they're doing offensively to move the ball. Swain there defensively causing turnovers, giving them another opportunity to run.
Oh, and pulls the trigger for a three-pointer. Can't get it to go. So Adelaide downhill through Borlase.
Again, we see Borlase with that mindset of attacking the rim in the open court, recognizing that maybe Tupaia wasn't quite set. You can have a look on this replay, and she was still moving across, trying to get position. Great decision by Borlase.
She will not die wondering today, Izzy Borlase. 19 points for her this afternoon, including 5 rebounds as well, and a couple of steals. She lifted in the third when her team was down by 14 points at halftime. She completes the play. And we're into the final 3 minutes, and Adelaide lead by 5. 22 points for Izzy Borlase. Here's Tupaia in her return. She draws the contact. We can all take a breath once more.
Well, again, I like that look, a high pick and roll with Talia, Kayla George. Now, Kayla, we know she likes to pick and pop, so if she does that, Talia will make that decision of whether to take it herself, pitch it back to Kayla. Kayla could roll a few times, mix it up a little bit, but those are your 2 most experienced players on the court.
Tupaia in her return, the leading point scorer for the Flames, operating at 62% from the field, 100% from the line. What a return, what a story. And we're going to see many more twists and turns in this one. Talbot gives it off to Borlase, knocked out of the hands by Swain, and they cause the turnover, the Flames. Taylor takes it down the other end. Clark holds things up. They're swinging around the perimeter. Big contact between Tupaia and Borlase, and it's going the way of the Flames.
Every call, every whistle blown. The benches, the coaches, the players are just riding it. I'm not sure about that one. That was pretty close.
And in a contest where both teams have faltered at the charity stripe, it's Talia Tupaia who cannot miss. Let's head downstairs again to Nath.
Well, 1 point I missed out of that Guy Malloy timeout. He said plenty of time and they are in foul trouble. Keep putting heat on the rim. We see Basham with 4. Now Borlase 4 and Turner 4. Watch for the Flames to keep attacking the rim.
That is the third little flip in the air pass to Turner, and it's rewarded them.
Lightning by 3. Into the final 2 minutes, into the corner for Swain. Can't get it to go. And Bree Turner with a massive rebound, as she does time and time again.
You can hear the crowd yelling defense for the Flames. They need to come up with a stop here.
Talbot comes up with a three-pointer.
That is big time Steph Talbot. Had no passing options, went, I'm just going to take it myself, and it just snuck in the edge of the rim and into the, and scored her 3 points. A 6-point lead now to Adelaide.
Incredible stuff. Let's take another look here from Steph Talbot. Talk about owning your moment. Bang.
Well, good read. The defense just sort of went away. They look, you can see she's looking. They look to switch. Talbot recognized nobody was really paying attention to her. I'll just take that, thank you very much.
Oh, you can't give her a sniff. As we head into the timeout here, it is the Lightning by 6 points. What an incredible turnaround this has been in the final quarter. So it was Sydney by 7 at quarter time, by 14 at halftime, by 10 at three-quarter time, and a massive momentum shift here in the last. Sydney have put on 11 points for the quarter. The Lightning, 27.
Wow. No fatigue from the Lightning, as we thought might be the case. They have come out firing in this last quarter.
So Borlay's leading the way with 22 points. Turner with 15. Bourne, who's in foul trouble, she's on 13. Tupaia, 18 for the Flames. What an incredible return it has been. And Taylor as well with 15. We have a minute and 29 seconds to play with here in the last quarter. Scott Ninnis, what a start to his WNBL coaching career. A 10-point win over Southside on Friday night. And the stress levels remaining high for this one. But what have the Flames got in response? Tupaia, is she going to be the hero this afternoon? Oh, a big chance there. And a big opportunity missed. Another stop to Adelaide.
Be good for Adelaide to use the clock now. They're 6 points ahead.
They're riding the momentum.
Wind it down and get a good look.
Basham gets a look.
That'll
It makes
do.
it count.
That'll do.
They couldn't buy a three-pointer in the first half, Adelaide. George to respond. She can't make it count.
Well, you're right, Jess. At three-quarter time, they were shooting the three ball at 14%.
Unbelievable. And they will use the clock now. They see themselves 9 points in the clear, Adelaide. They've scored 30 points in this final quarter.
Well, they will get a much-deserved Christmas break after this win.
Some tense final moments here. Steph Talbot, 2 from 2 at the line.
And we have to remember that Adelaide have done this without their general in Dean.
Tupaia wobbles out. 20 seconds to go.
So this will give Adelaide the split over Sydney if it comes down to that at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's been an impressive round 8. They got the split against Southside on Friday night. Now here against Sydney. Hold on to an 11-point lead. When it's mattered most, Laurie, it's been the likes of Izzy Borlays in the second half. It's just, I felt like she carried this team on her back. And Steph Talbot here in the last has been so cool under pressure.
Well, and I also think Izzy Bourne, even though she's fouled out and hasn't played the last bit, she was really influential throughout the game as well.
As we see Simons onto the floor for the Lightning here in the last few seconds. What a game of hoops it has been. Shane's three attempt comes up short, and Adelaide with a final quarter blitz away from home make it 3 in a row. They take down the Sydney Flames 86-73. What an incredible performance from the Adelaide Lightning. And their new coach, Scott Ninnis, remains undefeated, 2 from 2 in round 8 after taking down Southside on Friday night and Sydney Flames here on Sunday, and they are well back into Signet WNBL finals calculations.
Well, we didn't know how, a team often responds when there is a coaching change. They lift for whatever reason, and certainly they have done that for new head coach Scott Ninnis. That win at home was great against Southside, but this win, the second in round 8 on the road against Sydney, it's a massive win.
Incredible stuff. Sydney led by 7 at quarter time, 14 at half time, 10 at three-quarter time. But in that final turn, this Adelaide Lightning outfit found something. They put on 34 points to 11 to run out winners by 13. 2 games of hoops in 2 days. They beat the defending champs, the Southside Flyers, on Friday night. They take down Sydney here on Sunday.
Well, they will head into Christmas period, Laurie. Something extra to cheer about.
Well, it's always nice when you go into a mini break, and it is a mini break because the WNBL does continue across the Christmas period, but that mini break is so good to leave with a win and come back knowing that that's the case.
Plenty of smiles on the faces of the Adelaide players and coaching staff, and we're also happy to report that we found a Santa hat for our courtside reporter this afternoon, and Nathan Strempel. He's found a hat, and he's also found one of the stars of the show.
Thanks, Jess. Glad to be wearing the hat. Izzy Bourlay said, I hope you don't make me wear it. I think she should after getting it done out there. You're a problem for them offensively, Izzy, when you came in getting the basket, but as a team, 34-11 in the last. Only 2 triples in the first 3 quarters. You had 4 in the last. Big one from your captain to seal the win. Must be good to get that one.
Yeah, I'm super happy for the girls. You know, we haven't had the most ideal start to the season, but 3 wins on the trot is, a pretty good way to enter Christmas.
Yeah, double-double for Steph, double-double for Bree, but some unsung heroes here. Hayley Andrews steps into the starting lineup with Japristine going out. Really controlled the tempo for you guys.
Yeah, Hayley's been really good for us. I mean, she's been going at Japrist at training, and, you know, when someone goes down, it's an opportunity for someone else, and she's stepped up really well.
So the fact that made wear this hat, I have to ask what you wish for Christmas. Was it 3 Lightning wins in a row?
I think so. We're pretty happy with it.
Well done, Izzy. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Oh, fantastic stuff for Nate courtside, and Izzy as well. Izzy, 22 points and 6 rebounds for her this afternoon. She was absolutely phenomenal. For a young player, Laurie, to continue to come out and perform the way that she does is ultra impressive. Scott Nichols as well. Well, he looks tense. He looks a bit stressed, but look, he's undefeated as a coach in the WNBL. 2 wins from 2 starts. As we take a look at the full-time highlights, what a game we've just witnessed.
Well, and you're right when you talked about Izzy Bourlay. She had her times of being influential, but she also sat for a while with 3 fouls, and to play the second half with those fouls, but still come up with such an aggressive mindset is a credit to her. And the Flames had their moments, you know, they had their run, but just that 4th quarter did them in completely. Adelaide just stepped it right up defensively and took them out of their comfort zone, and the shots that they were getting in the first 3 quarters of the game, they were just finding it so difficult.
It was funny in the last quarter, you sort of feel like it was Sydney were the ones playing 2 games in 2 days.
Yeah.
The way that Adelaide were able to overrun them, and we also mentioned it throughout the call that we felt like both teams had extra gears to go, and it was Adelaide who found their extra gear.
Well, they did. That's exactly right. And to be able to put those together, play the style of basketball, end up scoring 86 points when it looked for a while it was going to be a real grind. Real credit to Adelaide. And you can see the top scorers there. Bourlay trumps them all with the 22 points, and Turner, of course, with her 14 rebounds.
Amazing. And special shout out as well to Talia Tupaia in a return to the Flames in the WNBL, the leading point scorer for Sydney Flames with 18, including the first triple of the afternoon, if you don't mind. What an incredible story that is, Laurie, as we take a look at the last games of round 8. So we're going to stick around. We've got a massive game coming up straight after this. The Flyers take on Bendigo, and then we finish off with Perth against Geelong tomorrow night, which is going to be a fantastic matchup there.
Well, again, what a great round 8 to come before the mini break for Christmas. And yes.
Ellis driving baseline. What a dive!
Wickham, how sweet was that? Step back 3,
Wow.
Taylor George. She's got a flamethrower at the moment.
Shelley with a big triple.
It was acrobatic, it was impressive, it was Steph Talbot.
Jade Melwin, the lefty lay in. Capitals continue to roll. Perth have been unconscious from 3. connects.
She's pumped up, and so she should be.